In the world of VR gaming, innovation often comes from iteration. But there's a fine line between homage and imitation, and Fast Travel Games' Action Hero tiptoes precariously along that boundary. Touted as spiritual successor to the seminal SUPERHOT VR, this action-packed time-bender delivers polished gameplay in a fresh wrapper, but can a new coat of paint justify what is essentially a beat-for-beat remake? Action Hero casts you as an actor/stuntman playing the lead on various movie sets. It's a clever premise that should breathe new life into SUPERHOT's time manipulation mechanics. The game unfolds across 5 distinct movies, each broken into 4 acts. Each act consists of 5 or 6 action-packed vignettes. Your director then encourages or chides you through sequences ranging from high-speed battles atop a moving train to Matrix-inspired showdowns. The Hollywood setting proves genuinely inspired, offering a natural justification for the game's segmented structure and repeated attempts at perfection. Each movie pays homage to different action genres. You'll find yourself channeling Indiana Jones one moment and Neo the next. The aptly named The Code sequence, with its cyberpunk aesthetic and reality-bending set pieces, stands out as a particular highlight. While the concept and setting work well, there is definitely room for improvement. At the beginning of the game, you are able to choose between 2 different directors, but this choice seems to be entirely limited to the voiceover that pushes you through the game. This is a real missed opportunity. Had the choice between directors been integrated into the actual gameplay mechanics, the option between 2 distinct personalities could have been transformative rather than merely superficial. Had the stricter director, for example, imposed time limits or restricted the number of retakes before firing you, or demanded specific style points for a scene in the game, then the game would have been much improved. Similarly, the other director could have offered more generous conditions but lower score multipliers. Implementing such mechanics would have perfectly aligned with the movie-making premise while adding meaningful replay value and at the same time offering the game at least one gameplay addition to set Action Hero apart from its inspiration. Instead, we're left with what amounts to little more than a voice pack selection. So, let's address the poignantly static elephant in the room. Action Hero's core gameplay is virtually identical to SUPERHOT. Time moves only when you do, creating a strategic dance of bullet dodging and precision shooting. This bullet ballet remains as engaging as ever, with each vignette playing out as a spatial puzzle, where plotting your path through the enemies requires both tactical thinking and physical prowess. The game shines in its moment-to-moment gameplay. Consider a sequence atop a speeding train, where motorcycles leap through the air amid explosive chaos. Time crawls to a stop as you map out your response, each movement a calculated risk. You learn how to move with exaggerated slowness while scanning your surroundings as quick head turns accelerate the incoming threats. Players will use these temporal mechanics to master each scene, eventually blossoming from a cautious planner to an action hero who can handle real-time combat with practiced grace. Individual scenes can be completed in mere seconds, but perfecting them becomes an addictive pursuit. The game includes a normal speed toggle that lets veteran players attempt runs without the time manipulation crutch, adding another layer of challenge for leaderboard chasers. It's the kind of game that can steal minutes or hours, as just one more try becomes your whole evening's mantra. Where Action Hero falters, though, is in its reluctance to innovate. While SUPERHOT's mechanics were revolutionary, their direct reproduction here feels safe to a fault. The game could have explored new variations on the time manipulation theme, perhaps scenes where time moves backwards, or where maintaining momentum is crucial, or where certain objects remain in real time while others slow down. Instead, it settles for being an exceptionally well-produced clone of an exceptionally well-made original. The most significant departure from SUPERHOT comes in the visual design. Gone is the stark white and red minimalism, replaced with vibrant, colorful environments that pop in VR. The movie set theme allows for varied locations and spectacular set pieces. Exploding barrels, mid-air motorcycle jumps, and Matrix-style environmental effects all create memorable moments. However, this shift comes with trade-offs. While SUPERHOT's minimalist aesthetic achieved a timeless elegance, Action Hero's more conventional approach, though polished, feels less distinct. The Blockbuster styling is well executed but lacks the iconic visual identity of its inspiration. It's a reminder that sometimes less truly is more. That said, this will come down to personal preferences, as there will doubtless be many who prefer the bombacity of the Blockbuster aesthetic. Personally, I prefer the context and flair given by the action movie set motif, but I know that others will not agree. The sound design effectively serves both form and function. Slow-motion explosions and gunfire not only sound satisfying, but provide crucial spatial awareness cues. A barrel exploding in slow motion to your right naturally draws your attention. The audio mixing cleverly balances the need of both slow motion and real-time gameplay, ensuring that important sound cues remain clear, regardless of your temporal state. The sound design also pulls double duty, simultaneously selling both the action movie experience and the behind-the-scenes setting of a movie set. The addition of director voiceovers adds personality, though as mentioned earlier, the two-director system feels like a missed opportunity for deeper gameplay variations. The overall soundscape, though, successfully reinforces both the action movie premise and the core gameplay mechanics. Action Hero presents a challenging dilemma for this reviewer. Viewed in isolation, it is an exceptionally well-crafted VR action game that delivers satisfying gameplay in digestible chunks. The movie set premise is clever, the execution is polished, and the core mechanics, borrowed as they may be, remains compelling. Yet, it is impossible to ignore the game's derivative nature. This isn't merely inspired by SUPERHOT, it is essentially SUPERHOT with a fresh coat of paint. While the original broke new ground, Action Hero seems content to merely redecorate it. The additions it does makes, the movie set premise, colorful visuals, director system, feel more like surface-level changes than a meaningful evolution. For players who have never experienced SUPERHOT, Action Hero offers an excellent entry point into this style of VR action. Those craving more of SUPERHOT's unique gameplay will find a pseudo-sequel on offer and will likely relish it for its familiarity. However, veterans of the original may find themselves wishing for more innovation beneath the Hollywood glamour. 7.5 Derivative. If you've enjoyed the channel, if you've enjoyed this video, and would like to hear more about our thoughts on all things VR, then please do click the like and/or subscribe button to keep up to date with all of the news, reviews, and podcast sessions. Happy gaming!
There's good, and then there is genius.